Hey Maurice, it's Kelly P, and this is my last video journal, I think, of this semester. I watched my video multiple times, and it's very different from my first video that you recorded of us last week. I really was trying to think of all the things that I was correcting myself on last week and all the things that you've talked about in class and given corrections to other people and to myself. So I'm just going to go through some of the notes I took while I was watching the video. The beginning is better, I think, for me. The circle part, leaning off balance, I think I can give that more than I am now, but I think it's improved from last week. And then keeping my shoulders down, that's something I just really need to work on during this whole sequence, because my shoulders do tend to raise up when I dance, and it's a really bad habit. And it's hard for me to break that habit, but I think it's improved since the last video. I think it was better on this video, but I can still see that I'm raising my shoulders. Taking bigger steps is something that you pointed out throughout my video. I think, and I also noticed it, I think it'll help with my balance, it'll help me move through the momentum of the choreography, so that's one note that I really need to take seriously. And then not spending a lot of time preparing for like the tricks, I guess, is something I need to work on, because I feel like when I do, the handstand or do the shoulder sit, just practicing it, I can do it really well, but then when I do it in the combination and I have to dance before it and after it, I kind of lose the sensation of suspension when I'm doing it, because I'm like overthinking it and I'm not just going for it. So that's something I'm really going to work on during my jury, is to just keep the momentum flowing even when I feel like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get my legs up. Well, I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to bring them up, and then I'm going to bring them back down, and I'm going to really try to go for that suspension. Extending my arms was a note that someone gave me, and I also did notice it for myself when I watched the video, just really trying to create the fullest line for my body and making the shapes that you want us to make. And then the general idea of leaning and kind of off-balancing yourself is something I need to work on, and you said the dynamics in the section right before the leg hold is something I need to work on, which is very true. I think that whole section I really need to focus in on, because that's like my weakest part, I think, for me. It doesn't transition as smooth as the rest of the dance for me, so that's something I really need to work on. Being cleaner with the transitions and then making choices were two things I jotted down when I watched my video, because sometimes I feel like I do make deliberate choices, but it's not consistent through the entire thing, so that's why my dynamics are being lost on some of the sections. And then being clearer and cleaner with the movement. And I think I also need to look a little more confident doing it. I feel like I don't look 100% confident in myself. I mean, I know the choreography. We've been doing it for a while, so now is the time for me to just perform it and show my story more. I think if I had to grade myself on this one compared to last week's, I would say that this one was better, but there were things that had changed in the videos, so the very beginning of the piece was better than last week, but some of the suspensions weren't, because I was focused on so many other things that I forgot to just to move through the movement and the steps. So these videos have been really helpful for me. I'm really appreciative that you're taking the time to look through every video and write notes. I'm really going to take all of the notes seriously and try to get into the studio sometime this weekend to just run it for spacing and just really take into consideration all of the notes I've gotten through this semester and try to combine them into my jury on Tuesday. Thanks, Maurice.